to you, baby. I just get carried away. You blow my mind. I just get carried away. Talking to you, baby. I just get carried away. You blow my mind. Talking to you, baby. I just get carried away. You blow my mind. I just get carried away.
Yo guys, what is good? Welcome back on the Uncle Sharma channel. Lecce 0, Inter 4, exactly what the doctor ordered. The doctor saw us Interisti yesterday after Juve did F all for us and saw us down, down, depressed, thinking that, how are we going to come back into this? But yes, Inzaghi's Inter delivered us exactly what we needed. 3 points, very convincing win, good performance, some shaky moments, Barella giving us a little bit of a heart attack, but overall, really, really good. Frattesi is back. Denzel Dumfries continues his MVP form. Lautaro continues his MVP or this 2025 return of Lautaro. Zielinski at CDM today reduced a really good performance. Bisek center back in the second half. Just all round really, really good. All of those other topics that we're going to get into. Maybe Mattia might join us in a moment as well. So make sure you're leaving a thumbs up and subscribing to the channel if you haven't. Hope you are all doing very well, guys. Hope you are doing very well. How's it going? I love Barella. I'll get straight into some of your comments before we get into all the match analysis and everything. But yeah, Barella, let's get that one out of the way. Barella, it looks like he's fine, guys. He did give us a little scare right at the end there. I am not happy with Inzaghi in terms of did he need to bring Barella on? Sure, come on, man. We were 3-4-0 up at this point. There is no need to bring Barella on at this stage of the game. Yes, you want to manage the game. Yes, maybe, you want to solidify the position. But really, Barella, if we're missing it in a derby or, the next few weeks, Inzaghi, brother, we would have been coming with the pitchforks out if the Barella was getting a serious injury. It looks like in the end, we'll have to wait for scans if scans are needed, but it might have been just a bit of a knee versus knee clash. I think that's what it looked like on the replay. Just really hard impact that really hurt him. But he returned on the pitch and he finished out the game in the end. But it also has a bit of a habit. Milanisti on Twitter always make fun of Barella, or other Serie A fans always make fun of Barella because he is a bit of a drama queen. He does look like he's been shot sometimes when he's on the floor, and I've got used to it now. Today, actually, yeah, I was a little bit worried, but usually even when Barella's rolling around on the floor doing somersaults, I'm like, maybe he's got a low pain threshold, but then usually he's fine after a few minutes. And yeah, exactly as Mattia said. Why did he sub in Barella when we didn't need him and he could have just rested him? We know sometimes Inzaghi with his kind of decision making and rotation is a little bit, leaves a little bit to be desired. But looks like there's nothing to discuss further, guys. Barella seems to be okay. Hopefully I don't jinx that. Gabri in the house. He is happy with the win. Forza Inter. Ciao Zio. Hope Barella is okay. Yeah, Martinez's goal was amazing, but not much can be said about his first touches. I thought he was pretty good today. I know, yeah, some here and there weren't that great, but I thought in general his play, yeah, we don't even need to talk about, I think, with Lautaro. He's back. He's back. This is the Lautaro that we know and love. he is back. The kind of the reactiveness, the zip is back. Obviously, like, he's not gonna get faster. He's never been super fast, but like, he's getting to balls quicker. He's reacting quicker. There's power. There's zip behind his shots now. He's winning duels. He's he just looks like the normal Lautaro, not the Lautaro from last season yet, because that Lautaro was unreal, but he is getting to those levels for sure. And yes, Lautaro of 2024 is not this. It's gone. He's cut it out. He was back to the real Lautaro. And don't screenshot me. I know that you guys like to screenshot me, and then when Lautaro has a stinker, and people start posting pictures of me doing the Lautaro celebration, and then not viral, because Inter Twitter isn't like the biggest thing, but by Inter Twitter standards, I go viral with that when he's having a stinker. Yeah, everyone you can see all the comments are talking about that Barella injury looked like ACL. But yeah, I think it was, as I said, I think it was knee to knee impact. So it was those ones hurt. But that's the also thing is, sometimes people are actually, funnily, some people actually can walk after an ACL injury. People think that when you get ACL, when you tear the anterior cruciate ligament, that's it, you can't walk. But actually, like, there's lots of cases where the player looks like he's fine, but he's actually torn his ligament. He just doesn't realize with the adrenaline, and a few hours later, when the knee starts to inflame and gets this size, then you realize, oh yeah, I've torn my ligament. But again, I think there's nothing to talk about here. I think our Nico is fine, guys. Smash that like button, guys. Everyone, like, we smashed Lecce. Should we cancel Acerbi's contract as body finish? Probably. I think we have like a 500k option to cancel his contract, and I think we might have to take that. Adam in the house, 30 minutes from TJ, did more bad than good. He can't beat anyone. Oh, come on, Adam. Can we at least focus on some positivity at the beginning? Like, let's try to focus on a bit of positivity now. But yeah, TJ, out of all the positives, maybe TJ didn't really show too much on that one. Yeah, there he is. Kirby almost bought a ticket to go hunt Inzaghi down for Risky Barre in this game, I was assuming. Yeah, me too, man. This is when, like, surely Inzaghi, like, we've got 6 center midfielders. You could bring on Aslani as the actually, because Frattesi had to come out, so that substitution had to be made. But like, does it have to be Barella? Like, there's center midfielders. This is when, like, a Primavera is not gonna. I'm not one of those guys that is angry at Inzaghi for not giving Primavera guys a chance, because if he thinks they're not good enough, they're not good enough. But in a game like this, it's actually probably more beneficial to just rest Barella fully than risk what almost happened there. This is when I do criticize Inzaghi for the lack of this is when Primavera can be used to just fill out the squad when you're winning 4-5-0. This is when you can give those charity minutes to just fill up the the quota, or just like get some minutes in and rest the starters, or change formation. Like, if you haven't got the trust in the midfielder, then change the formation a little bit, so you're playing with 2 midfielders. But yeah, this is when he is really inflexible with certain things. Yeah, exactly, Adam, exactly. But anyway, let's get into some positivity. It looks like Mattia is not joining us, so I'll get into the usual analysis. We'll talk about the Juve Napoli game yesterday as well, or Napoli Juve game from yesterday as well afterwards. But yeah, Sommer, thank you, Mattia. Definitely deserves a shout as well. He had only a couple saves to make today. We always forget to talk about him, but let me get also, let's talk about Sommer a little bit first, because otherwise he always gets left behind and I forget to kind of really speak about it. I mean, here Fatma Boao has given him man of the match, which I don't think he really deserves, but here 4 saves and the XGOT. So this is not the XG of what, because Lecce definitely didn't create 1.4 XG, but this is the XGOT. So the XG on target. So the shot that ended up getting on target was the cumulative expected goals of that. Like, so how far in the corner it was, that means it's like, that gives it a higher number. So according to this today, he's prevented 1.4 goals. It's one of those metrics that you got to take with a pinch of salt. So he had 4 saves, 9 recoveries. He was good. 3 diving saves, good with the ball as usual, 93% pass accuracy. I don't think he was man of the match, but yeah, I think he deserves a little shout at the beginning because otherwise we always forget about him. 7 straight wins, Ahmed says, without conceding a goal. We continue that record that we set last game. So it was 6 wins in a row with clean sheets away. So we've extended that record now. So continuing to make history in that way. And now Inzaghi today, thank you, Ahmed, for pointing that out. I wanted to include that in my screenshots, but I couldn't find any graphic of that yet. But let me see if I can find a nice little graphic to put on the screen for this. Let me type in on Twitter, Inzaghi 200. Hopefully something comes up. Yeah, there you go. BR Football with a very nice graphic for us to put on the screen to signify this, to symbolize this. 200 wins, guys. He's the manager that's done it quickest or in the fewest games in Serie A history, breaking Max Allegri's previous record. And you gotta think Max Allegri did it, was helped by having, well, actually with Max Allegri, it's also quite impressive because he was with Cagliari for probably a good chunk of that, with a good chunk of those games. And obviously then he had some big teams like Milan and then that amazing Juve team. But yeah, that is really, really impressive. Oh, someone's used my video in the reply football report. Let's go. But yeah, grande Simone. On the other side of the Italy, there's a guy right now, Antonio Conte, who, depending on what you think, as a league coach, I've said it recently or this past season, I still think Conte, as just a league coach, or just, we're talking about 38 games a season coach, he might be the best coach in the league. But overall, I believe our Simone Inzaghi to be the best coach in the league. And hopefully the Scudetto this year, 2nd in a row, will prove that. Hopefully Simone can deliver us that 2nd Scudetto. I went through the 5 stages of grief when Mari went down, so I used the untitled charge evaporate. Yeah, literally, some injuries are like that. If we have like Thuram fall down like that, or Bare, or Bastoni, one of the main guys, just like you are just watching, like when you what they say, when you're about to die or you're in a situation where you see death, you see that light and you see your life flashing past you. That's Interisti when we see one of our main boys go down and look like it might be a serious injury. It really is that deep. Won't be able to watch live. So Adam got all his negativity out. He won't be able to watch. So he just like, let me just get every bit of negativity out. And then probably he'll if he watches this afterwards, he'll give us some good comments in the post, after YouTube uploads this live. Hamdan's happy to see many redemption story from the bench boys. Things are looking better, and this will be the toughest part of the season. We're going to need everyone to chip in 100%. 100%. Charles Shams, Ian Kerr in the house. Kerr Mafia, thoroughly professional job done today. Goals, clean sheet, no suspensions. Just hope Barre is okay. Very easy to do. Yeah, 100%, 100%. Eduardo, thank you as always for the $1.99 donation. As always, the trademark donation from our boy Eduardito. Good rotation for the Monaco game. Yeah, Inzaghi managed to give some rotation in today. Very, very happy. Frattesi puts the transfer rubbish behind him. Really, really happy for Frattesi today. Looked like he had 2 goals, but then one of them was cancelled. Won the penalty as well for Taremi. Yeah, good performance for Frattesi today. I'm really happy for Frattesi. I wanted this, in my... you probably guys didn't see it, but because I did my short... I did a short, the 1-minute video just before the game today, because I didn't get time yesterday to do my preview as usual. But I said, Frattesi starting, I want to see a reaction out of him. And I said, I think he's going to stay Frattesi. I don't think anyone's going to come in for him for what we want. Like Roma are not going to get the 40 million that Inter want in January. If he's going to leave, is in the summer. But I want Frattesi to stay. We need a Frattesi in this team. No one else can do what Frattesi does. I mean, yeah, the fact that this guy scored a goal, probably could have had a second one, then won a penalty as well. It just shows you, like, and then today, let's see his passing accuracy as usual. Let's see. I think it looked pretty good today. I think today is going to be in this. I'm going to guess around 70, the low 70s. I'm going to go like 72, 75%. I'm going to go for Frattesi passing percentage today. I think he was, from the eye test, I think he was a little bit more neat and tidy today. Let's have a look. Ooh, 82%. There you go. There you go. I was even lower than he actually was. Only 4 misplaced passes according to FOTMob. But yeah, look at that. 0.4 XG, 0.97 on the XGOT, 39 touches, 1 out of 2 dribbles, 1 out of 2 tackles, 3 defensive actions, 5 recoveries. Total performance 8 out of 11 ground duels. That's what we want from Fratte. Grande Frattesi, Davidino. I'm happy for him. And you saw the way he celebrated as well. Going to the bench, all the players, hope. Yeah, now that the January window is coming to an end, he probably, hopefully, or his agent mainly, can just stop spewing left, right, and center and leaking things to the media to stir up the conversation, and just understand that Davide is staying until the summer, and he needs to be as useful as he was for us last year. If Davide has another season like he had for us last year, guys, that is another impactful season. I'm probably giving up on him in terms of improvement overall, which he himself says he needs to do it. But I think at his age now, at 25 years old, I think we can kind of say, this is just the type of player he is. Love him or hate him. But he does deserve more minutes as well. Like we always say that with Inzaghi, he probably does deserve a few more minutes here and there, our Davide. And today, its performance definitely does signify, hopefully, a bit more time for him, or give Inzaghi conviction to give him a bit more time. More of the Kerr Mafia in the house. Hope you're doing well, Debbie. Why wasn't Palacios on the bench? So yeah, there's our youngster Thomas Palacios. So there's rumors that Monza want him. Actually, Galliani, their sporting director, confirmed it. But apparently he has flu-like symptoms, very Bastoni-like trait to have. So I don't know if it's transfer market related, that the Monza move is there and they didn't want to risk him, or he's doing medicals, or actually his flu-like symptoms. I don't know. But yeah, something to keep an eye on. And yeah, he probably needs to go out and play to get some minutes. There you go, Eminem. Speaking of Primavera Merchant, he says we have Italy's new top under 19 mid. I don't know if he's right on that or not, Giacomo De Pieri. But yeah, De Pieri, any of the Primavera guys, Topalovic, any of those guys, you could bring him in at this time and you could save Barella's legs for sure. Even if this is, of course, we're reacting now because Barella looked like he got injured. But even if he didn't, there is really no reason to bring in Barella at 4-0 up. Getting my Lautaro tonight too with a screenshot. Oh, damn it. And I gave you 3 or 4 opportunities as well. I kept doing it. I'm not going to give you more opportunities, actually, just in case you actually didn't get the screenshots. Gabri, one of the few Frattesi fanboys, proper fanboys in the house. And we actually, Gabri always talks about this. We never see Barella and Frattesi on at the same time on the pitch. So this is actually one of the nice things that I got to see today, that Barella and Frattesi got to play together as in the trio, which is nice to see. Language tours. Let's get on to the next topic that I wanted to talk about. Very, very timely. Zielinski and CDM today, very, very good. Really enjoyed his game today. Shout, I think he deserves a shout for potential man of the match. Let's have a look at his stats today. 94% pass accuracy, even got a shot today, or 2 shots apparently. One of them blocked and one of them, he should have done better, the one that he got on target. 2 out of 2 dribbles, one of them actually I need to bring it up. The guy ruin someone's career. Let's see. I can bring it up quickly on the screen, guys. The way he moves, like we know his kind of fakes and feints. Look at that. One, left, right, left, right. He just hypnotized the guy, and in the end, he slipped. The guy has a be nice, be nice. But yeah, going back to Zielinski, just overall good. And even like defensively today, I was watching him as always, as we always watch, if it's Aslani playing in there or Zielinski, we always have this kind of microscope that I'm watching these guys off the ball as well. And I liked his game today, Zielinski. I watched him. He was switched on off the ball as well. There was a couple of moments as usual. He's very nonchalant. But there was one moment where he cleared the ball and it was just like it went straight up. And then he didn't even challenge for it afterwards. But luckily, nothing came out of it. But yeah, look at that. 6 defensive actions, 5 recoveries, 2 interceptions, 5 duels won, only 1 lost. Like, definitely a nice performance today. And yeah, like against these teams I'm completely happy with having Zielinski starting, if it's ahead of Aslani. But the thing is, Aslani is also usually completely fine. Like, again, we know against lower than mid-table fodder, Aslani is completely fine. Last season at Lecce, he also got an assist for Aslani, had a good performance. So I'm not really losing sleep over that. But you have to say, because Zielinski is, of course, a lot more experienced, a lot more confident in himself, the fluidity of Inter today with Zielinski looked on the ball. We looked nice. Like, the ball was zipping nicely off his foot, and we know how technically good Zielinski is. So yeah, we know he can play that role. We know he does it for Poland here and there. Every time he's asked about it, he keeps saying, "Oh, I can do it. It's not my favorite role." But he can play that role. He can. Like, we know he can play it. What I still don't think he can do is, I think what people think that Inzaghi can do the Hakan with him, like, the conversion, the Brozovic conversion, the Hakan conversion that's happened in the past. I think, like, the actual becoming the CDM in big games, in small games, and like in all types of scenarios. I still don't think he is that answer, like where people think, if we have to sell Hakan, then we have Zielinski. I still don't think he is that to that level, or he ever will be. Or he hasn't shown me that he can make that switch mentally. But today, I enjoyed Zielinski's performance, and I think he should be a potential shout for man of the match. This has to be the season when we get to scam a PL team for brick freeze. I think we've gone past that now, Filippo. Now that we've got that contract renewal, Dumfries is 28. I think that boat might be missed now. He's here to stay now, Filippo, I think. And if he plays like this, no, I don't think anyone's going to complain. I think all the Denzel haters have been silenced now. Player of the month, Toro or Denzel? Oh, it's a close one, Hamden. It's a close one. It is a really close one. It might have to be Denzel, because this guy has been just like on it, just like since the Supercoppa against Atalanta. But actually, no, I'll give it to Toro, because now that I remember Supercoppa against Theo in the final, Theo did dunk on us. I know it's not directly related to Dumfries, but Dumfries needed to get one over Theo, that rivalry. So just because he couldn't get one over Theo on that one, I'm giving it to Toro, who has been consistent in all the other games, just like Denzel as well. That Thuram assist for Frattesi's goal. Yeah, so let's move on to the strikers as well now. Really good performance from both of them today. Thuram didn't get a goal, but he got the assist. So let me see if I can bring up the goal. I had it bookmarked as well on the GIF here. The 1-0 movement. So it was really good pressing from Thuram first, and then look at that. The little movement, the little move, fake shot with the sole of his shoes. Oh, so good. I'll take it off before I get copyrighted. And I had it screenshotted here as well. Great pressing from Thuram, wins the ball back, dribbles past Baschirotto, and then squares it for Frattesi, who makes it 1-0. Thuram is just so good. So good. we know that we lack dribbling in this team. We lack that creativity. So it has to be in this 3-5-2 formation that dribbling has to come for either one of these two guys or the wing backs. We know that our wing backs are not dribblers. Dumfries is more like, push it past the guy and run past him, that type of dribble. So in reality, and then obviously, with Zielinski, we know it's like, these kind of weird kind of body feints that he does, but, really like, 1v1 dribbling in this team is only Marcus Thuram. So it's really nice to see when he is able to do that. And this season he's done a bit less. Last season he was doing a lot more, winning penalties. If you guys remember, winning penalties with these kind of dribbles and skills. But because this season he's become more of the number 9, it seems like he's not trying it as much, or if he is trying it, this coming off a lot less now. I was seeing his stats the other day. I think his dribble completion rate has dropped off this season. Thuram, I'll have to double check, but I think I remember seeing that. So the fact that he was able to pull this really nicely today with an assist at the end of it is good to see. And I know he's playing so well, but Thuram, but it was still like, I feel like he could be doing this for us once every game at least, creating once or twice at least, something like this, and trying. I want him to try a bit more to go 1v1 against people. Thank you, Mattia, for reminding the people. Kura Black as well. 99 people in the house, 101 I think I can see now. So yeah, make sure you guys leave a thumbs up and subscribe. Palacio says flu. Yeah, it's it's either the Bastoni flu, which is actual, just weak immune system, or it's the flu, the transfer rumor related flu. Everyone kept hyping Buchanan come back from injury. That's something disturbed. I mean, I didn't really see people hyping his comeback from injury. I mean, he wasn't even the important part last season when he was fit. Buchanan is definitely I was happy that it gives us a different option to bring on off the bench. But at the same time, obviously, as people are talking about with TJ's coming back from an injury, which was a bad one, broken tibia, you literally leg break, barely gets playing time. I don't think he's learned Italian. I don't think he's really integrated himself well. So you can see he's struggling. But I just don't think. I think it's, for me, the writing's on the wall with TJ. He might prove me wrong, but I think he is not going to succeed at Inter. I think it's a Valentino Lazzaro 2.0. We talked about it when we signed him, that low cost, 7-8 million euros. I think we probably can make that money back if we sell him. I just don't think he has. The team doesn't fit him, and the Inzaghi system doesn't fit him. I don't think the league really fits him as well. I don't think Serie A is probably the right league for him. He always seems to get muscled off the ball very easily. He seems to, even when he goes past the guy, they usually come back onto him and just, get the ball back off him, shove him off the ball quite easily. Yeah, I just don't think. I don't think he's cut out for this. That chance Thuram had from Fabio, oh my God, yeah. I mean, he had a really good game, Thuram, but how the hell did he not score, Ian? How the hell did he not score here? This is crazy. He should be, he already is. Where is he in the Capocannoniere race now? Let's have a quick look. Retegui scored 2 goals, so I guess he's gone a little bit clear now of Thuram. But yeah, he again, you can still tell, even though he's having his best goal scoring season ever. I think he's already matched what he scored last season, or he's gone above what he scored last season already. At times, today the Frattesi second goal, he could have shot on goal, but he decided to, which is probably the right decision, to pass it across, because then it's an easier chance for Frattesi than for him. But just he still doesn't seem to have that number 9, just I want to score, I want to break the record, score more goals and get more. I'm sure he's got goal scoring bonuses as well. He just doesn't seem to have that kind of selfishness, which is number 9s have that selfishness about them. I don't think he still has that selfishness in him. But regardless of that, you got to be scoring this. This is a Gagliardini against Bologna level miss. Crazy. Transman. Yeah, he does. In terms of some of his movement, the way he can skip past players so easily. He's he's skinny but strong. Like he doesn't look very bulky. But then when guys go in, like Baskirotto is a massive guy, but if they go on a shoulder to shoulder with Thuram, he doesn't move. The other guy moves, so I can see the resemblance in some movements. Yeah, maybe less clean than Eto. And I think sometimes, yeah, like I think in some moments though he is cleaner. Like some of his touches to Ram, like when he's playing back to goal, some of his like touches and the way back heels. I think he does look cleaner in some things. But I think Eto was way cleaner in terms of Eto's ball striking. Is just like if Eto strikes a ball, it's like 90% of the time it's struck with pace, accuracy, power. Where it was Thuram, like sometimes he would score that goal against Milan in the derby, curler from edge of the box, but then a lot of the times it would just be like a little mozzarella that barely reaches the goal or gets blocked. So yeah, he's nowhere near in terms of Eto's cleanness when it comes to ball striking as of yet. But it seems like he's still, even though he's 27, he's still like he's working on it, trying to improve it, and he's still got something. Some way to go. If by the looks of it, still the potential is still there for him to improve, and we can see it. He does, but you have Taremi and you're talking about Thuram. We'll talk about Taremi's charity penalty as well in a minute. My one worry when Thuram came in was due to him not playing as a striker. I've got to say, took the chains. But that's the thing. I don't know why people always say that, because he had a whole season of him playing as a striker. The season before he came, I would have understood if it was him coming straight off being a winger and playing as a striker. But he had a whole season at Gladbach playing as a striker. Maybe because you could say that he was playing in a different formation. That I'll give you, because they played like a lone striker formation, 4-2-3-1, 4-3-3. So he was the lone striker type of thing, not in a two-man striker. But I think that was the perfect scenario. Like he got almost like a training year as a striker for a whole year. But yeah, obviously he wasn't like a seasoned striker. I definitely understand you on that, Ian. Lazaro is much better than TJ. Well, yeah, I mean, now he is at Torino, but he wasn't. We saw some of his loan stints were pretty stinky. His Newcastle loan stint. I mean, I still have that video of Saka nutmegging Lazaro and then the Arsenal scoring from it. Then I think he went from like Benfica for like 6 months, and apparently, Rabona TV said he was awful there. And then eventually, this Torino one kind of worked out, and now he's a seasoned, starter for Torino. But took him some time, Lazaro. And then obviously I can't really speak on what Lazaro was doing at Hertha Berlin, but I think he was doing good things when we signed him at Hertha Berlin. But TJ, I remember vividly seeing TJ Canada at the World Cup, and I was like, oh, who's that guy? Not I was thinking like I want him for Inter, but I was just like, I remember being impressed by Buchanan at the World Cup for Canada, and I was like, oh, this guy he looks pretty good. But yeah, just doesn't have it for Inter. I don't think he's Inter level, unfortunately. I'll say it's to Thomas's face, man. All his TJ propaganda. He knows. I don't buy into it. And the Jonathan David propaganda. I was already celebrating the goal after Marcus took that shot, and I saw he actually missed. Yeah, literally from the angle of like when you're watching TV, it looks like it went in, and then you just take like a few seconds, like what? He didn't score from that? How, Sway? How? So yeah, there is rumors of TJ going out on loan. So yeah, let's see how they deal with that, because do they bring in TJ as in a wing back for wing back? That would be good to see, but they could bring in a wing back out, a centre back in, if they do bring anyone in. Bring back Lazaro, bro. No. Leave him now. Just let him go. And Carmo has been playing as a striker as well. So now then Inzaghi would have to train him and teach him how to defend. Well, there has to be someone ready. Well, I guess in that sense, Lazzaro would be ready to come in. But why? Yeah, why would Torino, loan out Lazzaro? Because he's like their main starter now. It has to be someone that's not really starting for their team or looking for a way out in the whatever current team they are in. Yeah, don't worry, Milton will get into Bisek as centre back. Oh, look who we got in the house. Oh, look who we got in the house. Someone who is enjoying Conte. We must suffer. I repeat, we must suffer. Ball. Napoli talk. Be honest, McTominay and Zielinski. Well, I mean, of course, this season there's no argument about, if we're talking about form, it's Scott McSauce, who has taken Serie A, as much as I hate to admit when Prem fans, watch and think, oh, Serie A is easy. Look at what McTominay is doing in Serie A. It's easy, that league. But he is doing really well at Napoli. But I think over the course of the season, I think you'll start, McTominay is the Frattesi of Napoli in terms of, but Antonio Conte knows how to use McTominay properly in his system, is more suited to McTominay. So, completely different type of player to Zielinski. As you know, Napoli talk. Zielinski, much easier on the eye, much more technical. In theory, should have similar amount of output as well in terms of goals, in theory, because of how good he is at striking the ball and things. But in reality, McTominay just has a better knack of getting into the box and the timing of things. For Inter, I still definitely take Zielinski over McTominay, because we have a McTominay in our team, and that's Frattesi. But overall, if I'm making Serie A team of the season, McTominay is definitely, he's a shout right now. Anguissa, McTominay are a shout for potentially making the Serie A team of the season, for sure, whereas Zielinski, definitely not. But today, Zielinski was one of his best performances for Inter in terms of at CDM as a regista. Really, really good today, Zielinski. But yeah, tell Conte to stop winning, brother. You guys just need to stop winning. Chill out, please. Chill out. TJ needs the gym to beef up. Yeah, it's not even about the gym, Ian. It's just it's just knowing, like, how to use your body and just how to win duels against your, like, I'm sure physically is some of those guys that are in Serie A are not like physically as that strong, as just knowing how to use your body. But yeah, maybe he also needs to beef up a little bit, do something. It's always usually the same one, Christian. Is always usually I revert to the some form of like Cockney or like London accent. That's like my usual Premtard accent. Mexos was a Mourinho prodigy. Of course, he would fit Serie A. Any wing back, but Roma Zilis. I mean, yeah, Zalewski again. If Roma really do want to get rid of him, I'm not opposed to it. But because a few years ago, funny that Mossab mentioned Mourinho. Zielinski, Zalewski. It's gonna get confusing if we sign this guy. Zalewski, what came through with Mourinho? Mourinho gave him big trust as a wing back, even though he's a winger, converted him as more of a wing back. And I did quite like the look of him a couple of seasons ago. I was like, ooh, this is interesting profile. Dribbler, pace, but seems to be also be able to defend, cross, decent technically, can shoot. But then, like, he's almost not even stagnated. It seems like he's regressed over the last couple of seasons since Mourinho's left. And yeah, like, there was that goal that we scored against Roma where he was at fault, like completely gifted the ball to us. And in general, when you watch Roma, he does not look good anymore now. Again, so it looks like it's a guy that, Inzaghi's going to have to work on. Like, if you bring someone in January, guys, it has to be instant impact. TJ, we know Inzaghi doesn't rate him, trust him. He's not ready. So it has to be someone that's like, I guess you could say Zalewski is Serie A, has more experience now, so he's probably a bit more ready than that. I'll give you that. But Yeah, maybe for free. Yeah, like because I think his contract is expiring at the end of the season. That's something to look at. Again, then you're buying him on a free. Then yeah, like you can give him time to develop under Inzaghi. Still, I think he's still quite young, Zalewski. But yeah, because I think if we want to loan him, he would have to renew with Roma. Not really. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen. If it's gonna happen, I think if Torino want to loan TJ, and then if we can find someone else out there to replace TJ, someone a bit more ready, a bit more seasoned, then I'm all for it. Otherwise, just leave as is. Zielinski plays at his best when he's the main midfielder. Like today, he struggles behind Hakan and Barella. Well, at the same time, Rocky Ferraro, today is the type of game where again, Lecce didn't really press. It was a very easy for all, like even Frattesi today completed his 80+% passing accuracy. Like there's different types of games. Today's game, I was looking for Zielinski to step up. Like, come on, these are the type of games that we've seen even in the past. As Aslani is even also able to step up. So I'm not really gonna put my hat on this performance of him. But maybe it's got to that, like there was a bit more aura about him today. Zielinski, like he took, Barella's not starting today. Mickey's starting, but he seemed like he had a bit more aura about him today. Zielinski, like I'm taking control of this midfield today. Because Mickey was pretty meh today. He didn't really do much. Let me get the player ratings up again. Let's see what FOMOB has given. Bloody hell, only 6.6 from Mickey. That's pretty low for Mickey to only complete 21 out of 24 passes today. 88% passing. Pretty low, but good to see him being rested as well a little bit. Oh my God, did you guys see Augusto's touch when he fell over? He was running. He touched it and he just fell over. He left the ball behind. That was Sometimes he looks like he's not a professional footballer when he's playing Carlos Augusto, but we love him because of what he provides with his grinta and his defensive side of things as well. Like we say, probably maybe he should be full-time left centre back, to be honest. But sometimes it really looks. There was an interview of Carlos Augusto when he was at Mons. I think they call him wooden leg or something in Brazilian or in Portuguese, which I forgot what the word is, the nickname, because he said his friends made fun of the way he plays or runs. He plays like he's got a wooden leg, and you can see it sometimes why he's got that nickname. He looks very clunky, very like a guy that you could see, when you play amateur leagues or when I play with these middle-aged guys, 5-a-side, 7-a-side football. He looks like one of those guys sometimes, the way he runs and controls the ball. Let me go through some of the screenshots from the game today. So this was the one where we thought Frattesi scored a second, but it was slightly offside. Augusto actually scored a goal as well, which was a nicely taken goal, but he was slightly offside for that. So that was a shame for Augusto, but there was 2 goals called up for Inter. And then, let's talk about this Lauti goal. Wow. Speaking of Zielinski, he got the assist for the goal, I think. Pretty sure. Zielinski got the assist for the goal. And he was the one that, won the ball back and then passed it to Lautaro. And then Lautaro cuts in. There's a little step over, goes onto his left foot, and then unleashes an absolute rocket of a shot into the near post. So he surprised the goalkeeper at the near post. Really, really good goal. And this, we can just say now he is back. Our captain, Capitano, Capitoro is back. Really good goal to see. I love seeing these types of goals when they're, not right in front of goal, something a little bit out of nothing. I really like that. On the other side, yeah, we spoke about Zomer at the beginning of the stream to give him a bit of credit because, yeah, he did make a couple of decent saves. This one here with Kristovic. There was a bit of a poor attitude coming out in the second half, and that's probably why Inzaghi started to make subs around the 58th minute, 60th minute, because we came out and then Lecce was starting to get back into it. I think this was only 2-0 up. And, here Kristovic had a shot, and there was a few other half shots from Lecce as well, which didn't went on target, but it was a little bit worrying the way we came back out of the dressing room. You can see here they had 17 shots in total, only 4 of them on target, and only 0.88 xg. But they were starting to trouble us. That was the Kristovic one that I just showed. Then there was a Ramadani one as well at some point. That was a good. Yeah, this one here. Look at that. It was right in the top corner, and Zoma saved that one. Dorgu. I saw a lot of Man United fans were tuning in. A lot of Premtar Man United fans tuned in because they wanted to watch Patrick Dorgu, who's been linked to them heavily. And by the way, 40 million for that guy, I really don't see it. I know that Man United have bit their team and Lecce are not moving from 40. He does look like an interesting talent, Dorgu, for sure. He plays like all over the pitch, wing back, right wing, like as a proper winger, wing back as well, as a full back in the 4 as well. But 30, 40 million seems a bit overpriced. I guess it's probably because of his age. He's only like 19, 20 years old. Going back to the screenshots, and then let's get to this. Lautaro again, this time as an assist man. This came actually from a nice ball from Zielinski into the space in behind the defense. Lautaro gets onto it, holds it up, back heel to Denzel. And what a goal, guys. This is, of course, I can't do it justice with the screenshot, but this was a really nice finish from Denzel, cutting in onto his left. Of course, the defender's probably thinking, yeah, I'll show him to the right, or, I just got to make sure I show him to his left. He's only right-footed. But he cuts in onto his left, and actually a really good finish. No chance for the goalkeeper. And Denzel's form just continues. And of course, as some people have been posting up on Twitter, Denzel in 2025, it's not bad to say anymore, is it? The comparison before, it was a sacrilege to say, especially when our boy Nima said it all those years back, when he was like, he's getting Maicon vibes from Dumfries, and I had to shut him down real quick. But in this 2025, he might have been spitting, 3 years or 4 years in advance, whenever that was, that the clip from the Sempre Inter podcast was. But this type of goal, you could, Maicon, would you be able to cut into and score with his left foot? Actually, Maicon probably would have done it with the outside of his foot, because he loved a little Trivela shot as well, Maicon. But it really the comparisons are not a sacrilege anymore, because the form that Denzel has been in 2025 has actually been unreal. Shout out to him, and that new contract, the new year, has given our boy a new lease of life. And now, like I tweeted, now we need, it's like 2025, it's been Lautaro and Denzel, both of them on fire, MVP form of 2025. And then in 2024, like the beginning of the season, has been Dimarco and Thuram, who's been kind of almost carrying the team in terms of, output, form, consistency. But it seems like we can't get them all. Like even today, Thuram played a good game, but he should have scored. We need, and hopefully the derby, maybe the next game, the Milan derby, can be the game where we have all 4 of them going. Dimarco and Dumfries on fire left and right, and Thuram and Lautaro on fire up front, like they were last season. That would be the perfect, hey, who's going to stop us? It doesn't matter how many games Napoli continue winning. If we have these guys on form, on their best form, there's no team in Serie A that can stop us. As I said, when Lautaro cries because of a lost eye, he's changing some Superman mode for the next 6 months. Yeah, I mean, but with Lautaro, we knew like we just had to wait with the guy, like, you know, because of that lack of preseason. I always said it. Remember, guys, just keep playing him. Like that's how when Mbappe is out of form, Ancelotti wasn't, you know, sitting the guy out. Like you just keep playing your top players. You keep playing them into form. I know sometimes it's just like grinding like teeth, or like, well, what's the expression I'm looking for? Grinding the I don't know, grinding your nails. What's the expression I'm looking for? But you know what I mean. It's painful to watch whatever like Lautaro was in, but it's needed to be continue playing, get into shape, which is, you know, by more playing more, he was going to get into more and more shape, and eventually we got here. So yeah, somehow we gave Inzaghi that shout out at the beginning of the stream. 200 wins, fastest manager in Serie A history to do it. Nails on the chalkboard. There it is. Thank you for saying that. That's the expression I was looking for. Sorry. Sometimes I lose my train of thought. And then let's continue with some of the, I think this is the last screenshots. Taremi has his first goal in the league, guys. Charity penalty gifted to him, but we'll take it. Bloody hell, this guy. It's crazy to say that this is his first goal in Serie A, and it's again a penalty. So we're still waiting for a non-penalty goal, both in Champions League and Serie A. But whatever, we'll take it. And I saw Thuram giving the ball to him when it happened, even though Zielinski was still on the pitch at that time. So I feel like Zielinski, maybe if it was like, you know, a 1-0 at that time, or, you know, a 1-1 0-0 at that time, maybe Zielinski would have took it, but because it was the 4-0, they gave it to Taremi, which is fair. Let's get this guy's confidence up because we need it. There was a question, I think it was Milton, who said, where is it? If Frattesi didn't score, would fans rate the performance? I think overall it was okay, but again, that's the thing with Frattesi. If he's not providing that, it's an okay. Yeah, if it wasn't for the goal, it's an okay performance. But you know, today what I liked with Frattesi was also, yeah, like, you know, he was winning duels, winning defensively, covering. He was doing well in that sense. He won a few fouls. He was showing his grinta. And then, yeah, he also won the penalty for Taremi's penalty. So, you know, without the goal, even if he had that on his game today, on his record, that's still decent. So, not a bad performance without the goal as well. Not amazing, for sure. The Lauti and Dumfries goal were both excellent, both left foot goals, not the strongest feet yet. And what I like today about both first two goals, especially, guys, is they come from our pressing. You know, we put pressure on Lecce. The first one comes from Thuram and Lautaro both pressing them, and then Lautaro wins it. Thuram won it back. And then the second one was from Zielinski, like in general, into pressing really well. And then in that moment, Zielinski just sneaked the ball into Lautaro. So I really like that, you know, we were pressing on Lecce. We didn't let them breathe at the beginning. And, you know, we saw Napoli's win yesterday. We did not let that, you know, affect us mentally. Sometimes we've started the game slowly, have we not this season, guys? So I was very happy to see Inzaghi, the boys were switched on, ready. Grinta from the first few minutes, pressing well, pressing high, making sure that we dominate this game. And we made sure to let Lecce know early on that, yeah, this is not going to be one of them surprise games. I still say make Frattesi third striker. I mean, yeah, we talk about it sometimes as a joke, but honestly, when you look at Frattesi's profile at times, it kind of does make sense. Like, to, you know, if you play like a 3-5-1-1 or something, you know, then I think we might see Spalletti try that for Italy. I mean, most of the time, again, formation can be deceiving. This guy, most of the time, I mean, let's see how this, because SofaScore do the average position. Like, even if on paper he's playing as a midfielder, we know the position that he picks up anyway. He doesn't need to be starting there. You know what I mean, guys? It's actually makes it harder for the other opposition team to track his runs when he's coming from deeper positions. Whereas if he's starting as a striker, as a traditional striker, picking up those positions, then he's more easily marked. Let's have a look. Let's go for scores, average position, because in general, the right centre mid in our formation is always slightly higher. Like Barella's always slightly higher than Mickey, but I can imagine Frattesi is even higher than normally Barella is. Yeah, you can see, Mickey is almost in line in terms of average position with Zielinski today. It's almost like, it almost looks like a double pivot there, and then Frattesi's basically playing as a CAM. Mickey and Zielinski kind of holding the fort and letting Frattesi do his thing. And then obviously you got Denzel, the train, completely up. This is the thing, formations only show you so much of the story. When Frattesi is on the pitch, the reason why he doesn't pick up the ball as much as Barella does, he doesn't pick up these positions around here. He's always, look at his heat map, he likes to be around here. But today I also saw him coming up on the left, even the heat map shows it, which was nice to see, to have him, give him a bit of I don't know if Inzaghi gave him the freedom, but he seemed like he was popping up all over the place, left, center, and right. Yeah, but I definitely know what people mean. Does he need to be reprofiled as a striker? Maybe. Thoughts on Frattesi celebration shush directed at fans and media? I didn't see the shush. I saw him pointing at the bench and stuff, so I haven't really seen that. But probably media, not the fans. Well, I don't think the fans are really. I know some people have said some things about Frattesi, but I think he's been imagine, especially in Italy, Gazzetta, Corriere dello Sport, all the main publications have his face on their main page for the last few weeks. Has been Frattesi this, Frattesi that. So I'm sure is directed towards that. Hopefully, it's also to his bloody agent. He's the reason for all this. All these rumors and BS, really. We're heating up in the right time. Yeah, today we were, but the last few performances haven't been really too good. But yeah, we cannot lose that derby. Today Milan, I don't know if you guys watched the game. I watched some bits of it, and I watched the ending. They were losing 2-1, and then somehow the last 5 minutes they ended up winning 3-2. Consteição literally fell out with Calabria, the captain, on the pitch after the full blow. Let me see if I can find the video. It was crazy, guys. It was almost Delio Rossi versus Ljajic. If you know what I'm talking about. You don't see that happening usually. A coach on the pitch, it might happen behind the scenes, but on the pitch, falling out with your captain. Yeah, here it is. He's literally running towards Calabria. He's looking for Calabria, running towards him, and then they have to be separated. I look at him. He's proper going up in his face, ready to swing at him. And I'm sad that Fofana and Tomori came in the way there, because I wanted to let him swing, let him have one swing, and then get in the way. But yeah, these are the guys that we got. Ooh, we still have one loss against these guys. It boils my blood, guys. And then we lost the Supercoppa to these guys as well. These guys that are languishing in 7th position in the league, they're the ones that we have the one loss against. Oh, Fiorentina winning 1-0 against Lazio. Nice. But yeah, look at them. 32 goals scored, 23 conceded, 34 points. And we lost to these guys, and then we also gave them the Supercoppa. It boils my blood. So we obviously cannot in any way, shape, or form lose. But now, because of what Napoli are doing, we can't even draw this game. Usually the Milan derby, depending on the context, I'm okay with drawing it. But because we lost the first one, we lost the Supercoppa, Napoli just don't stop winning. we have to win. We have to win that, and we have to smash them and put them back in their place. That's the only way. That's the only way. There is no other way. That's the situation they've put themselves in, and that's what they have to deliver, a win. If we don't win, if we draw, or if we lose, I'm almost ready. And because of, and then put it into context, because of all the football that we still have to play in the Champions League, in Coppa Italia, with the squad that we have, which I don't think can take on 3 competitions. If we don't beat Milan, the Scudetto, then we still have that catch-up game against Fiorentina in between. Then my Scudetto hopes really take a big hit, because as we know, Antonio Conte, once he grabs, regardless of what that squad is, that Napoli squad, Antonio Conte with 1 game a week, even with the Juan Jesus as centre back, even with Spinazzola left back, who somehow was revived yesterday, even with no Kvara, even with Meret in goal, even with Rahmani, whatever you want to say, Antonio Conte 1 game a week, this guy is a pain in the culo, and it's going to be hard to catch up with him. So we have to win that Milan derby. In terms of how we're looking, again, it's really what's punishing us at the moment. We are minus 4 points compared to this exact stage last year, 21 games played. It is the beginning of the season. That Milan loss, the Monza draw, the Genoa draw, whichever one you want to pick, that is what's punishing us right now. That slightly slower start compared to last season. Because the Bologna draw, yes, but it's Bologna. It's okay. It can happen. They played well. We missed our chances. Those kind of things can happen. But our run recently, I really struggle to have many things to say. Since the Milan loss, I do not have much to complain about to this Inter team, to Inzaghi in the league and Champions League. It's just that beginning of the season that we're still being punished for and catching up to. That's really what's punishing us. And of course, at some point, when we end up playing Napoli, we have to be either the same points as them or within striking distance of them, which is going to be in 2nd of March. After that stupid Coppa Italia game. And I'm guessing there will be something else playing in between that. They'll probably, maybe Champions League will come in there at some point between the 25th and 2nd. Or is it, of course, February is a short month, isn't it? So there's a leap year. Oh no, 28th. Oh no, so it's fine. But yeah, if it's still probably might sneak in the Champions League game in between that, I guess. I can't remember what the Champions League dates are. But yeah, really crucial. This is, the business end of the season. They call it the business end of the season because this is when things are decided. I was shouting, fight. Yeah, it would have been nice to see them actually fight. We don't actually know why he's angry. They didn't really explain it. But yeah, that's all we can do, man. Busy schedule. Just keep plucking away, get the wins, stay with Napoli. Should Thuram be rested against Monaco from the start? He has played a lot of football. I would rotate a little bit against Monaco because we played the full team against Sparta to secure those 3 points. We have seen, just because Inzaghi, if we rotate, it's not Inzaghi taking Monaco lightly. We rotated against Arsenal. We rotated against all the other teams. So a little bit of rotation might have to be done. I don't know about here. Thuram is just so important to us. It's so hard to play without Thuram because what he adds to us, that dribbling, that pace, the hold-up play, everything. But yeah, you can always bring him on in the second half for sure. We need to beat Napoli in Naples, yeah, for sure. Again, yeah, we have to be in striking distance when that Napoli game is there so we can beat them in Naples. Fiorentina 2-0 up against Napoli. Lazio. Oh, Napoli, I wish. That's the thing as well with Napoli. The the games that we thought they were going to drop points in, they haven't. The bastards, they're beating Atalanta, they're beating Juve. The two games where I had faith, at least draws. I wasn't saying they're going to lose, but at least draws. And they're not. Now we have to hope for this farting, crappy Ranieri's Roma team to do us a favor, but I have zero faith. You know, the one game I have faith in is like Napoli over the years. I don't know if Napoli talk is still in the house, but they have like these weird, like just how we have these bogey teams. I don't know. I think it's Empoli actually. I think Napoli's bogey team is Empoli, so they're not playing Empoli anytime soon. But I'm actually more thinking one of these games rather than one of the big games where we might get a favor, like a Udinese or a Como. This is the teams where I'm thinking might actually do us a favor rather than Roma or well, actually Lazio. They've done well against Napoli this year. They beat them in the Coppa, then they beat them in the league as well. Yeah, here they beat them away 1-0. So Lazio is the one where we can maybe have some faith in. Maybe Baroni's got Conte's number. Come on, Lazio. And they are twinned the fan bases. Don't ask me why, and don't ask me, should we or should we not be proud of that? But there is some connection there with Lazio that hopefully helps us maybe. Yeah, that is it, guys. Let's finish up on the man of the match. Who was the man of the match, guys? Let's finish up on that. As I said, I definitely don't agree with Subfot Mob here that has given it to Jan Sommer. Shouts. De Vrij had a yellow card that he didn't deserve, by the way. He had a decent game. Darmian was decent. Bastoni was good. I'm thinking Lautaro. What are you guys telling me? I'm thinking Lautaro or Zielinski. Those are my two man of the matches. Frattesi deserves a shout for sure. Thuram deserves a shout, but then that miss was just too bad. What are you guys telling me? Let's have a look. Forza Inter says Captain Lauti. Mesto says Lauti. Tambir says Frattesi. Matteo says Frattesi. Lautaro running up. Sight says Lauti. Rocky Ferraro says Frattesi. Ian Kerr says Lautaro. Seems quite balanced. Actually, yeah, Gabri now has changed the balance to Lautaro. I'm thinking Lautaro, to be honest. Oh, 2 more votes for Frattesi. Oh, Frattesi was a little run, just like Frattesi likes to do, little run. I feel like you guys are giving it for the whole, situation going around him and, the transfer talk and everything, and it's like kind of redemption story. But yeah, let's give it to David. Let's give it to the redemption story of today, and hopefully he can now have a much better season because he has been up and down. I know in the mid-player season ratings, me and Millie, we gave him put the fries in the bag bro category, the worst category. But I think again it was kind of motivated with all this transfer talk and those kind of things. But he's had a few good performances, Frattesi, this season, very impactful performances. Empoli away, 2 goals. Udinese away, goal and an assist, if I remember correctly. So those are 2 big performances that helped him to win 3 points. And then today, impactful. So if he can have more impactful performances like we know he can, like he did last season, this guy is going to be really, really useful. So Davide Frattesi, man of the match. Inter 4, Lecce 0, 3 points. Up next, we have Monaco in the Champions League. Then we have the Milan derby. So look out on the channel for more content, previews, and reactions. Thank you for coming in today, guys. Really, really appreciate you all. Thank you all for the interaction. Thank you, Eduardo, for the donation. Really, really appreciate you. Thank you, guys, for tuning in. See you on the next one. Ciao, ragazzi. Forza Inter.